So for my last submission, I picked an article that it's tougher to relate or make connections to the others. It is the work of art in the age of mechanical reproduction. It's like one of the first ones we did, and I more specifically picked the chapter I read on that one, which was chapter 9, that talked about how the difference between stage play and screenplay, and how screenplay just like a very like surface level explanation, how the screenplay actors are like their job is easier. The author says that their job is kind of easier, and how for them it is much easier to record their scenes because they can do many shots. If they make a mistake, they record again. If they want to make an action scene, they got like stunts that do for them, like people that do their stunts for them, like lookalikes, and how it is easier for them to like just sort of act in general. Whereas for stage play actors, it is harder for them because it's more on the go, it's on the moment thing, it's only one shot, one opportunity, and they gotta seize it. And I think that to apply this ones with the other ones, um, I I might need to turn this kind of into a metaphor of sorts, because for me, the comparison that the author makes, it is valid. It is valid to make comparisons, to compare is to make like a comparison between two actors, two singers, two players, two influencers, and yada yada yada. But I don't feel like sometimes it's necessary. Like people, like in some cases, people like a lot to compare a player to the other or a singer to the other, who's better, who's not better, who has like an easier job, who has like a harder job. I feel like comparisons might not be necessary in like most cases, or they can be like welcomed, but they're not really necessary because people have different tastes in music, different tastes in movies, in TV shows, in what general content they like to consume. And I believe that to compare, like to make a comparison between like, oh, this singer has like an easier job than the other, or this actor, or this player, he has more goals, but like he's a striker, not really a midfielder. Football references, or like he's a quarterback, so he's more important than the running back. Or yeah, I'm sort of just not only good with like sports references, but those are easier for me to make. But yeah, and I believe that in like oftentimes, if you're comparing to the social cooling article and to the fandoms, I think those are like the ones that it relates the most. Is that people will discuss this comparisons, but people who are like diehard fans of sports, especially, because that's kind of really what I see the most. But also like I've said before, the Taylor Swift Kanye West comparison, or people saying that DiCaprio deserved the Oscar when Tom Hiddleston, the Loki actor, got the Oscar. Uh, I feel like it is okay for the fandoms to compare them. It is not okay, however, for people to hate each other for it, because despite the actors not really hating each other, sometimes people do, just because you like said player or said singer or whatnot. And I feel like these comparisons, which is what the author does in this specific chapter, he compares the screen to the stage play. I feel like comparisons are a good thing. It is good to compare, but it is not right to say this one's easy, this one's harder, this one is less relevant than this one, especially if it's like a team sport, or if it is like country music to hip hop music to classic music to blues to jazz, or if it is a horror movie, action movie, a comedy movie, or if you're watching an influencer, if they're talking about makeup, if they're talking about games, if they're talking about sports. I feel like the way all of this compares, like it is that all these articles relate to, especially this last one, and how they all relate, sort of, is that they all pretty much go into this basic instinct of respecting other people's opinions. How, even if you're like a huge fan of this person, even if this person is your hero, your idol, you should always respect them. You should always try to look for other people's opinions, not only stay within your bubble. At least that's what I think. I shouldn't be telling people what to do, but I feel like that's my opinion. That's what I'll take from like all these articles and from this class, is to learn how to how to analyze in what medium people are communicating, what they're communicating about, how they're communicating, and to respect, to understand their point, to think about my point, to compare the points, to look for the other sides of discussions, and to, above all, and what pretty much like moves society for me, respecting and respect others, respect cultures, respect opinions, respect people in general. And yeah, this has been a very fun course to take, an interesting and different approach to it, but I enjoyed it. Thank you. Have a good one. Thank you for listening to me all this, for all these videos, and for the final project. Thank you for the classes. More specifically, talking to the professor. I don't think these videos are gonna get much views, anyways. But if they do, thank you for listening. Drop a like and a subscribe, and that's it. Thank you.